a Japanese horror story inspired by traditional folk tales. Narration length 20 minutes. Tone, creeping dread, folklore, rural superstition, slow burn. Opening, greeting for narrator. Low and steady voice. Welcome to tonight's story. It is said that in the old villages of Japan, some lanterns were not lit to guide the living, but to distract the dead. This tale comes from a time when light and shadow were not so easily separated, when the flutter of paper might hide something that should not have breath. So, sit back, don't blink, and listen closely to the story of The Girl in the Paper Lantern. Narration main story. Long ago, nestled in the green hills of Gifu, there was a village built around a single shrine. A tiny community where everyone knew each other, where rice was grown, prayers were whispered daily. And at night, the only sound was the chirping of frogs and the flicker of lantern light. But there was one house, small and sunken, where no lanterns were ever lit. It belonged to a man named Taro. Taro was a craftsman, quiet, kind. He made paper lanterns by hand. His lanterns were the finest in the region, delicate, detailed, each with its own pattern of flowers, dragons, or waves. But Taro never attended festivals. He never smiled when villagers praised his work, and he never walked near the shrine after dark. People whispered that he had once had a daughter, a girl named Kyo. She had disappeared during the Obon festival years ago. Some said she had fallen into the river. Others believed she was taken by something beneath the shrine. Taro never spoke of her. But every year, as the festival approached, he would lock himself inside his home and make a single lantern. It was always the same pure white. No design, no tassels, only a single character drawn in red ink on the side. Guy returned. He would hang it outside his home and then retreat behind his doors, not to be seen for days. The villagers thought it was grief, until one year the lantern didn't stay still. It moved, slightly, like something inside it shifted when no one was looking. A child claimed she saw it breathe. That same night, strange sounds echoed through the village. Soft sobbing, a little girl's voice humming. And in the rice fields just beyond the edge of town, several lanterns were found floating in the air. They had no candles, only blackened handprints on the paper. The priest was called. He spoke with Taro. The man looked older, more hollow than ever. I made a mistake, he said. She asked to come back, but I didn't realize what else would follow. The priest asked him what he meant, but Taro only said, "She wears the lantern now." That night, the village held a purification ritual. Salt was spread. Sutras were chanted. The shrine's bell was rung 108 times, and the white lantern was taken down. But the next morning, a new one had appeared in its place. It was the same shape, but this time there was a red eye painted in the center. From that day on, things worsened. Children spoke to things no one else could see. Paper began tearing itself off windows. One boy was found asleep inside a hanging lantern, his hair turned white, his body cold. The priest returned. He entered Taro's home with 4 monks. They never spoke of what they found. But from that day on, Taro was gone. The house was empty. The lanterns stopped being made, except one. Each year, during the Obon festival, a pure white lantern still appears in front of that house. No one sees who hangs it, but villagers avoid it. They don't speak its name. They don't walk past it at night. Because sometimes, if you look too closely, you'll see her. A girl, pale, silent, watching from behind the paper. Her mouth does not move. But if you listen very closely, you will hear the whisper. I came back. Will you let me in? Closing message. Thank you for listening. Some lights are not meant to guide. Some are traps. If you ever see a lantern swaying with no wind, if it has no candle, and if it's marked in red, don't touch it. Don't answer. And whatever you do, don't let her in. Good night.